Hello friends, welcome to Infinity for All. Today we will deal with the topic of multiple integrals, and the first topic that we will begin with is double integral. The theorem 1 in this topic says define double integral of a bounded function f where f goes from q to r and q is equal to interval ab cross interval cd is a rectangle in R2 space. Further, we have to show with usual notation that small m into b minus a into d minus c is less than equal to double integral f less than equal to capital M b minus a d minus c. So let us begin with the proof. First, we will define three partitions P1, P2 and P, where P will be the cross product of both the partitions P1 and P2. So let us begin. Proof. Let P1 is equal to A, which is equal to x0 less than x1 less than x2 less than till xn, which is equal to B, be a partition on interval a comma b. Okay, now let P2 be a partition where c equals to y0 less than y1 less than y2 less than till yk, which is equal to d, be a partition on the interval c comma d. Now let P be an interval which is cross product of P1 cross P2, be a partition on the interval a comma b cross c comma d. Now what is this? According to the question that we have, the function f goes from q to r where q is equal to ab cross cd. So ab cross cd is equal to q. Now we have to describe this partition P. So here we can say that P is a partition which divides Q or the whole rectangle Q into sub rectangles. We will name the sub rectangles as Qij, such that, now what are the characteristics of this sub rectangles? It says that union of all the sub rectangles will give us the whole rectangle Q. Now the values of I goes from 1 to n, that is for x the last value is xn and for y the last value is k. So for I it goes from 1 to n, for j it goes from 1 to k. Now we know that in the question itself it is said that f is a bounded function. Therefore f is bounded on Q. What does this imply? That f is bounded on each subrectangle also. That is bounded on Qij. Now we can define, or first let us define the supremums and infimums of f on Q and Qij. So let small mij is equal to infimum of function fx comma y where x comma y belong to subrectangle Qij. Capital Mij is equal to supremum of the function f of x comma y where x comma y belong to the subrectangle Qij. Now infimum of the whole rectangle Q. So m is equal to infimum of function f x comma y where x comma y belong to Q. Capital M is equal to supremum of the function f of x comma y, where x comma y belong to capital Q. Now we know a certain inequality that says that Mij is less than or equal to capital Mij, okay, and M is smaller than Mij and capital M is greater than capital Mij, okay. This is the inequality that we know. Now in the question we have to prove something else. So to get that statement or a statement in that form, let us multiply throughout by double summation, where I goes from 1 to n, j goes from 1 to k from here, for xi minus xi minus 1, yj minus yj minus 1. Okay, now let us multiply this to the inequality. What do we get? Summation of j from I to k, summation I from 1 to n, small m, xi minus xi minus 1, yj minus yj minus 1, less than equal to summation of j from 1 to k, summation I from 1 to n, mij, xi minus xi minus 1, yj minus yj minus 1, less than equal to summation j from 1 to k, summation I from 1 to n, capital Mij, xi minus xi minus 1, yj minus yj minus 1, which is less than equal to summation j from 1 to k, summation I from 1 to n, capital M, xi minus xi minus 1, yj minus yj minus 1. Okay, now in this particular statement we can see that this particular statement, what do we notice? We notice that m does not have ij, so we can take it outside the summation. So we get m summation j from 1 to k, summation I from 1 to n, xi minus xi minus 1, yj minus yj minus 1, which is less than equal to, here we see that this m has suffix ij, so this summation applies to m also. Also we know that the value of this is LPF of the function f. Okay, so since this is LPF, as infimum is Mij is the infimum, so this term will be UPF since Mij is supremum, so UPF, which is less than equal to, now here m does not have the suffix ij, so we can take it outside the summation. So j goes from 1 to k, summation I goes from 1 to n, xi minus xi minus 1, and yj minus yj minus 1. Okay, now these two terms can be replaced by b minus a and d minus c. We can substitute the values for I and j respectively here, and you can check it out. We get the values as b minus a and d minus c. Since in the partition x0 value is a, xn value is b, y0 value is c, and yk value is d, so the only terms that remain is xn and minus x0 and yk and minus y0. So let us rewrite this particular inequality. So the equality becomes m b minus a d minus c, which is less than equal to LPF, which is less than equal to UPF, which is less than equal to, now the same values are for this particular summation term also. So capital M as it is, b minus a, d minus c. These two terms are exactly what we have to prove in the question. Now we have to find double integral of f over the region Q for in place of these two terms. So let us consider double integral of the function f over q as L of f according to the definition of double integral. But what is L of f? It is supremum of all the LPFs where P belongs to partition Q. Okay, but what can we say? We can say that this term LPF exists since this set is bounded. L of f exists as the set LPF where P belongs to partition Q is bounded. From this, what can we say? We can say that this double integral of the function f over q is greater than or equal to LPF. Now why greater? Because it is supremum, so it will have the greatest value of LPFs. So greater than or equal to LPF. Now what is LPF greater than or equal to? It is greater than M b minus a d minus c. Let us name this equation as star and this particular equation as 1. The reason here is from star. Okay. Now similarly, let us consider double integral of the function f over q is equal to u of f. Again by definition of double integral. So what is u of f? It is infimum of all the UPFs where P belongs to partition Q. Okay, now what can we say? We can say that u of f exists as this set UPF where P belongs to partition Q is a bounded set. From this, what can we conclude? We can conclude that double integral of the function f is less than or equal to UPF because we take the least value from this set. So less than or equal to UPF. But what is UPF less than equal to? What is UPF less than equal to? It is less than capital M b minus a d minus c. So we can write double integral of the function f over q is less than equal to capital M b minus a d minus c. Let us name this equation as 2 and the reason is from equation star. Okay, so from 1 and 2 and star, of course, what will the inequality change to? It changes to small m b minus a d minus c is less than or equal to double integral of the function f over q less than or equal to capital M d minus c b minus a. We can change the value of, we can rearrange this terms also. This is exactly what we had to prove, where usual notations for small m and capital M is infimum of the function f over region q and supremum of the function f over the region q. This is what we had to prove. Now we will see a few tips for the same question to be solved for triple integral. There are just a few changes about it. You can solve it on your own. Let us see the question first. Define triple integral of a bounded function f where f goes from q to r, where q is equal to a1 comma b1 cross a2 comma b2 cross a3 comma b3 is a rectangular box in the space R3. Show that with usual notations m b1 minus a1 b2 minus a2 b3 minus a3 less than equal to triple integral of f over q capital M b1 minus a1 b2 minus a2 b3 minus a3, where we will consider four partitions here: P1, P2, P3 and P, where P will be the cross product of the three partitions on the region Q, just as we had considered in the previous proof. The example of taking the values is shown on the screen. You can refer to it. Similarly, the next part where we describe the property of the partition P is it divides the region Q into sub-rectangular boxes. Previously it was just rectangle. Here it is rectangular boxes since we are dealing with triple integral. So rectangular boxes QIJL such that union of all the sub-rectangular boxes is the whole rectangular box Q. Rest of the proof is same. You can try it by yourself. Thank you for watching today's video. Please do subscribe to my channel. Please do like, share and also recommend it to your friends. If there are any queries, suggestions or comments, you are always welcome. Thank you.